Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Everybody's quiet today. How are we doing, girls and boys?
Great.
Great. Thank you, Luke. Glad to hear you're doing great. Is anybody else doing great? Or just Luke? So we have another student in our class today, Tony. Hi, how you doing? So you're joining us for a makeup, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. My name is Marguerite. I am an instructor. How you're just doing okay? Nothing too exciting, just generally okay. Okay, friends. So you had some homework. You were supposed to work on some grammar and some reading comprehension. Can I get a show of hands on who finished their homework or at least started? All right, Luke. Your mom scammed you? How did your mom scam you? Okay, Ricky, how about you? Did you do your homework? And Jing, I don't recognize Jing. Is this a student that I have had before that you're just on a different account this time?
New here.
You're new here. Okay, hi Jing. Have you taken classes with ivyGoal before?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay. Got it. All right, friends. So we are gonna look over some of the stuff that you were meant to do for homework. Looks like Luke and maybe Hal did some of it. So we are in unit 4 right now. So I'm gonna pull this up. And Jing and Tony, do you currently have Canvas accounts? Are you able to log into your Canvas accounts?
Yes.
Just curious. Okay, you don't need to right now. I was just curious if you have access to it. All right. So let me pull up the unit we are actually working on here. Okay, guys, so we did a lot of grammar and reading in this class. I don't think we got to the bad king, so I think I want to work on that today. It's a reading exercise. 4A. Yeah, all right. So it's a note-taking exercise. Who can tell me what that means to take notes? What's note-taking? Who could explain that for me? Anybody explain to me what that means to take notes for something? What do you think, Luke?
If you learn something, you want to remember it and you take a note.
Mm-hmm. If you want to remember something, it's very helpful to take notes. Now, not everybody has to write stuff down to remember it, but some people do. And it often helps people to write it down. All right, so we're going to read this little short essay, and then we're going to be learning about how to take some notes and answer some questions. So since you guys are new to the class, Tony and Jing, I'm going to have you guys start us out actually. So Tony, can you read us the first couple sentences I have highlighted, please?
Bad king. The monarch of Oswaldo
Mhm.
was King Peter. He reigned with absolute power over the land of Oswaldo for 25 years. King Peter had a reputation for placing heavy taxes on the people of Oswaldo, as well as using fear to control the people of the town. King Peter was known for implementing rules of the land that were unfair to the common people, but would make King Peter rich and powerful.
Let's pause here a second. Does King Peter sound like a cool guy? No. No. I think there's all boys in the class today. Is that right? So I can say gentlemen? I think it's all boys. All right. So gentlemen, does King Peter sound like a cool guy? Luke was shaking his head no. Somebody else? What do you guys think? Does he sound like a decent guy? Not really. Sounds a little unfair. Okay. Jing, can you read this next section that is highlighted, please?
Ticks were high on the lower class, but low for the upper class. His heartless rooting over the town irritated even the most loyal people of Ozoa, which often endangered the once peaceful town. The elder members of the town were very disrupted by King Peter's behavior, but were helpless in stopping him.
Good. Okay. Ricky, can you read this next section, please?
Yeah. His son, Prince Luke, was next in the line to the throne. However, he was equally as unjust as his father. He spent extravagantly, was wasteful, and had a reputation of being rude to those who served him. In addition, he implemented punishments that were cruel and unusual. The townspeople did not like Prince Luke any more than his father.
Good. Okay. So Prince Peter was not really a great guy, and his son, Prince Luke, was also not really a great guy. So it's kind of sounding like a lineage of not like the coolest guys. All right. How can you read this bit, please?
King Peter gained his position by invading Oswaldo and overtaking the previous king and queen. He planned his invasion for months and waited to attack by surprise under a dense evening fog.
Okay, good. Luke, can you read this last section for us, please?
The town had no way to prepare for such an attack and surrendered the town to King Peter by the next day. King Peter immediately instituted harsh penalties to anyone who would not honor him. His punishment would often be death by hanging in the public square.
Good. Looks like Jing was in the wrong class. That makes sense. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, so the reason that this exercise is called note taking is because if you were to be taking notes while reading this, you would probably want to write down some of these things, like what's the main idea of the passage, but they're kind of creating the notes for you and you're answering questions about it. Does that make sense? So let's go down the list here. What is the main passage? What is the main idea of this passage? What do you think, Luke? Do you think it's about a bad king? Do you think it's about the people adoring the town so much, or the king so much? Do you think it's about a bad king who changes his ways? Or it's about a bad queen?
Definitely the first one.
I'd say so. That seems fair. Okay, Ricky, question 2. Can you read question 2 and answer it for us, please?
How's King Peter's position described? And should I read the options too, or?
No, you can just pick the one that makes sense to you.
I think the third one.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scroll there. Okay, a monarch with absolute power. Okay. How can you read question 3 and answer it for us, please?
What does King Peter do that angers the people of Oswaldo? Number 3.
Yeah, taxes. Taxes are not fun. Take it from me. All right, Tony, can you read question 5 and answer it for us? Or 4, I'm sorry, and answer it for us, please.
25 years ago, how did King Peter become the monarch? He attacked the town by surprise in dense fog.
Good memory. And it looks like we have Elaine. Hi, Elaine. How you doing, honey? All right, Luke, question 5.
In the final paragraph, what is stated as being a punishment for violating rules? A loss away. Death by hanging.
Okay. It's kind of a savage story today. I guess it's about a bad king. 20 out of 20. Woohoo! Good job. Great job. Good memories. Okay, so that was sort of bringing us into the homework land. Easy, huh? Easy peasy for How over there. That was pretty easy. All right, so I'm just scrolling down to the next one to see. I don't want to do homework in class because it's homework. And there we go. So, gentlemen and lady, when I assign homework, I really want you to do it. Okay, it's important that you at least practice a little bit of what we do together in class when you're not in class. And I don't give a lot of homework. I do that on purpose. I don't want you to have a lot of homework, but it is important that you make a little bit of time for it. Okay, because there's some really good stuff in there and it will help you to understand what we're doing. So I am going to review some of the homework that I had assigned last time, which was the reading comprehension. And I want to see how we do with that. As you're learning this new language or you're learning new language skills, reading is probably one of the most challenging things because there's so much, there's so many ways to interpret certain things, certain words. So let's move forward with this and see how we're doing. Elaine, can you start us out, please, by reading the title and the first paragraph? Elaine, are you there? Okay. I can't hear you, hon. Are you talking? I can't hear you. Can you type something in the chat, please, and let me know if you're trying to talk because I can't hear you through your mic. So let's move on to Tony for now. Tony, can you read the title and the first paragraph, please?
American Air Force. The American Air Force is the Aerial Warfare Service branch of the United States Armed Forces and one of the several American uniformed services. I originally wanted to join the Marines because that was the branch many of my friends were interested in joining. But my enthusiasm for aeronautics resulted in me joining the Air Force. The law of protecting my country and learning to become a skilled pilot was enough for me to immediately join the Air Force upon graduating from high school.
Good. Okay, so we are talking about what, Tony? What are we talking about in this essay so far?
The author joining the Air Force.
The Air Force. That's right. Good. Now, whose point of view, Tony, is this being written from?
First?
Yeah, it's first. I originally wanted to join the Marines but joined the Air Force. Okay, so I, that's first person. Good. All right, how? Next paragraph, please.
I learned quickly and was very interested in the Air Force, which allowed me to flourish in their program for young officers. I was accelerating through the rankings and gaining more experience and responsibility as time passed. My superiors recognized my hard work and congratulated me on doing so well, even though I was one of the youngest in the program.
Okay, so how? What's happening now in this paragraph?
About him in the Air Force.
Yeah, but give me some more details. You having a good time, a bad time? Is he doing well? Is he about to get
He's
kicked
doing
out?
well.
He's doing well. Yeah, he's doing well. Okay, Ricky, next paragraph, please.
As my ability in piloting became better and materialized into leading airborne missions and operating complicated equipment, the sensation of taking off for a critical mission and maneuvering the skies was always a thrill. Although I still became nervous as I put my Air Force uniform and gear on, I knew that I was developing important skills and would have a very meaningful career. My parents intended for me to continue my education and go to college. They were skeptical and wondered how safe of a career it would be, but I assured them it truly was what I wanted to do with my life.
Very good. And good job sounding that word out. Skeptical. Do you know what skeptical means, Ricky?
I think they were like questioning.
Mhm.
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that.
If you're skeptical about something, you're kind of like, is that true? Good. All right, let us move forward to the quiz. All right, let's start with Elaine. Let's see if your mic is working. Can you try and read that question, honey?
Which of the following sentences best represent the main idea of the passage?
Good. All right. So in your opinion, Elaine, would it be the first, second, third, or fourth? The main idea of the entire passage.
The third one.
A person follows his passion. Good. Yeah, I'd say that's a good choice. Okay, Luke, question 2, please.
What is most likely the parent's attitude toward the other's choice of career?
The parent's attitude towards the author's choice of career. Do you want me to go back up to the article, Luke?
Let me just think about it for a second.
Okay. If
Maybe
anybody,
the second one?
the parents are opposed because his friends are all going to the Marines. Does anybody else have an idea on question 2? Sort of a tricky question to answer. Anybody else have insight into what the answer for question 2 might be? Ricky thinks it's number 1. The parents are unsure and concerned because they wondered how safe of a career it would be. So to me, I think that they probably are a little unsure because they were skeptical. Luke, do you know what that word skeptical means?
Yeah.
No. Yeah. So I think that they're probably a little unsure. So I would say most likely if I had to choose between 1 and 2, I'd probably choose 1. Hal and Elaine, what do you guys think about that? And Tony, would you pick the first one or the second one?
First,
Oh, okay, I'm hearing first. Elaine, what would you say? She's saying 1. I'm gonna go with 1 as well. Does it make sense to you, Luke, why I'm choosing 1?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Tony, go ahead and read question 3 and answer it for us, please.
based on the passage, which of the following is not true?
Okay. So operative word here is not true. based on the passage, which is not true. So everybody can kind of weigh in on this one. I'd like everybody to try to figure out the answer and tell me in the chat if you think it's 1, 2, 3, or 4. While you guys do that, I'm going to plug my laptop in because my battery is about to die. So I'm going to be right here. Just type in your answer to question 3, please. I'll be right back. All right, we have a lot of 1s. The author learned things very quickly so that he could have more time to prepare himself to continue to pursue his education after he retired. Okay. Who hasn't gone for a little while? Yeah. So it's not true, right? So I don't know. I'm not fully confident it's number 1, but we'll see. How is thinking that's number 3? Or at least how thought it was 3 before. Gotcha. Not 3. Okay. Okay. Let's go with how I don't think you've gone for a little bit. Number 4, please.
Which set of words can best describe the author's experience in the Air Force?
And what do you think that is?
3.
3. Okay, good. Okay, Ricky, number 5, please.
Which evidence best supports the author's attitude towards his career?
Yeah, so these are all statements that the author says somewhere in the article. And we're trying to figure out which one most applies to how they feel about their career.
I think it's the last one.
Okay, I think that's fair. See how we did. Oh my gosh, 20 out of 20. You guys proved me wrong. I wasn't so confident. I was a bit skeptical about answering the first one here, but you guys did good. Good job. You proved your teacher wrong. Okay, the man, and who thinks they know how to say this word? Who wants to try to say this word? Go ahead, Luke.
I'm not sure of the meaning, but I think the sound is satyr.
Anybody think they know what that is? Satyr? I bet we would find out if we did the homework. All right. Let's find out the definition of this word officially so that we're all good.
Satyr.
Can you guys hear that when I play the thing? Can you hear that? Maybe not. Okay, so it's sadder. So it's basically a mythological creature. Okay, it's a mythological creature, right? And you can see these pictures. It's like half man, half animal of some sort. And it's got goat ears and tails and horns. So kind of like half man, half goat in Roman mythology, Greek and Roman mythology. So in Greek mythology, it's half man, half horse, but in Roman mythology, it's a half man, half goat. Cool. Exciting. All right. So we're going to read a story about the satyr and the man and the satyr. So I will get us started. A man had lost his way in a wood one bitter winter's night. As he was roaming about, a satyr came up to him, and finding that he had lost his way, promised to give him a lodging for the night and guide him out of the forest in the morning. As he went along to the satyr's cell, the man raised both his hands to his mouth and kept blowing on them. "What do you do that for?" said the satyr. Okay, I choose Elaine. Are you there, Elaine? Elaine, are you there? Okay, go ahead, Luke.
Me?
Yes.
My hands are numb with the cold, said the man. My breath warms them. After they arrived at the satyr's home, and soon the satyr put a smoking dish of porridge before them. But when the man raised his spoon to his mouth, he began blowing upon it. "What do you do that for?" said the satyr.
Good. Okay, pick somebody to finish the last.
Maybe Tony? Tony?
Tony, okay, Tony.
The porridge is too hot, and my breath will cool it. "Out you go," said the satyr. "I have naught to do with a man who can blow hot and cold with the same breath."
Okay, so what's up with this story? Who can explain this story to me? Why did the satyr get upset with the man and kick him out of the house? Does anybody have an idea? What do you think, Luke?
The man can breathe cold air and hot air.
Okay, I mean, is that true? Because when you go like this, you're warming your hands up, right? But if
Yeah.
you get a bowl of hot something and you want to cool it down, you blow on it. So is he actually breathing super cold air and super hot air, or is it the same temperature air coming from his mouth?
Same air.
Same air. So Ricky, why do you think that the satyr got upset with him?
I'm not sure, but the article just said the satyr doesn't want to like be with a man that could blow hot and cold air with the same
Yeah.
breath.
Do you think that the satyr mistakenly thinks the man has magical powers?
Yeah, maybe.
Probably. Okay, good. Now we're going to talk about some of these vocabulary words. How can you say this for me, please?
Rome.
Okay, roam. Which definition makes the most sense to you for roam? If I'm going to roam around the countryside.
To proceed or travel without a fixed course or destination. Wander.
Good. Okay, choose the next person now.
Ricky.
Okay, Ricky, next word.
Lounging. I think is the second one. A place to live in, especially temporarily dwelling.
Good. Okay, go ahead and choose next person.
I'll say Elaine.
Okay, Elaine. Elaine, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. What's that word?
Porridge.
Okay, and which definition makes the most sense for porridge?
Boiled sorrel grains or meal, such as oatmeal, usually eaten with milk.
Good. Okay, and choose the last person to go. Elaine?
Tony.
Tony. Okay. Tony?
Cell,
Okay, and which definition makes the most sense for cell?
a very small room for a monk, prisoner, or recluse.
Good, good. So a cell, we think of the word cell for a prisoner most of the time, but also if you live sort of a particular type of life, like a very religious life, if you are a monk, then you can have a cell. It's not like you're being imprisoned. It's not a punishment. It's just a very small little space to live. Good. Okay, let's see how we did. 5 out of 5. Good job. Good job. All right, I think we're gonna keep rolling with some of this because it seems like you guys are doing pretty good with this. All right. Okay, guys, you're gonna work on some sentences here, writing some sentences. So everybody needs to be involved with this. I'm gonna give you some words and I want you to write a sentence with that. So not every person is gonna get the same word, but some of you might get a repeat. I'm gonna type it in the chat for you. All right, so Elaine, you're gonna start us out with itself. Itself. All right, go ahead and write me a sentence, please, and drop it in the chat box with the word itself, Elaine. How? You have the word this. And friends, I'm looking for complex sentences, right? I'm looking for more than the apple is red. I know you're capable of doing more than that, okay? All right, Ricky, you have the word if. I would love to see some creative sentences, actually. Tony, you have the phrase, the preposition, figure out. You need to use the word figure out. And it must be in the present tense, Tony. And Luke, you have the word that. That.
That?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you said that.
No.
Okay.
Okay, good. How I got your sentence. How, while you're waiting, I would like for you to rewrite this sentence into past tense. Rewrite that entire sentence. You can break it up into multiple sentences if you want. All right, Tony, good. Sure, go ahead, Hal. Okay, good, Ricky, I see your sentence. Okay, good, Elaine. I see your sentence. Which one is it in? What do you mean, how? Which one is what in? Okay, guys, while everybody's waiting, I have more stuff for you. I want you to all write a sentence using the future tense, okay? So I'll show you an example of what I'm saying here. We are in unit 4 in the homework, grammar right sentences. How? Okay, so I would like everybody except for Hal, because Hal is working on something else, to write a sentence using the future tense. Can anybody give me an example of the future tense? Like let's say eat. Eat is a present tense, right? Can anybody give me an example of how I could use eat in the future tense? Yeah, Luke?
Maybe we'll eat.
That's right. I will eat a cherry cheesecake for dessert tonight. Or a piece. I'll say a piece. I'm not going to eat the entire cheesecake, you guys. Okay. So will. What's another way I can use future tense if I'm not going to say will? Does anybody have an idea? What's another way I could use future tense if I don't say will? What do you guys think? I am going to eat a piece of cherry cheesecake for dessert tonight. Okay, so for future tense, you can use will or going to. Yeah? All right, I want everybody to write me a sentence. And now that Hal is done with that, Hal, you can be a part of this. I want you to write me a sentence in the future tense. I don't care what it's about. I don't care what verbs you use or what subject. I just want a sentence in the future tense. Make it interesting if possible. Cool, got it? Drop it in the chat for me, please, when you're ready. I should be seeing some sentences coming through here. Okay, good, Elaine. Good job. Good, Tony. Nice, Ricky. That's a good sentence. It's a creative sentence, a creative way to use the future tense. Good. And so right now I'm just waiting for Luke's, who I know is typing. I see him typing. And how's future tense, please. Okay, I'm going to be sending a message to certain people. So look out for your name and your message because I'm going to be giving you some instructions, specific instructions. Good, Luke. Good job. Got your sentence. Okay, Luke, I'm going to send you another sentence I want you to write. All right, so I'm waiting, just waiting for you guys to fill in those things that I sent you. Good. Okay, good. Seeing lots of sentences. Great. Good sentence. Seeing some great sentences for the adjectives and for the if. I know that probably doesn't make sense to anybody who didn't receive that assignment, but you'll understand what I'm saying when we go over it. Okay, we are going to share these things that we've all been working on here. So everybody can take a look at what I've been compiling. So we have itself. The picture itself rendered her speechless. Gorgeous. Whoever sentence that was, bravo. This is a very hard PC game to learn. Is there an easier way to get better? Okay, so this is singular game. And if you're going to connect those two sentences, it needs to be a semicolon. Also, what's up with this A? We need two letters there. Who knows what that is? It's not A. Yes, Luke?
You just stick an N.
That's right. And that's right. Good. If, here's a sentence using if I could have a superpower, I would want to have the ability to fly. Very good. Figure out. He wishes to figure out the complex math problem. Very good sentence. That. I'm sure that the tiger will eat this meat. I'm sure too. Okay, somebody had the hard task of turning this entire paragraph into a past tense. Some people think it is the responsibility of kids to help around the house without pay. Some parents worry that our kids will have too much power and become lazy if we pay them for their help. Other parents are concerned that paying kids will get in the way of helping kids understand their responsibility. So thought it was the responsibility. Worried would have had too much power and would have become lazy if we paid them for their help. Good, paid. Other parents are concerned. Very good. Good job. Okay, future tenses. Yes, Luke, what's up, honey?
The paragraph, I think there's an error. So,
Where is it?
other parents were concerned that paying kids would get them.
Other parents were. Oh, nice catch. Very good, Luke. Okay. I am going to see a play tonight. Very good. Paul is going to play football. Good. Don't run on a slippery floor. You'll hurt yourself. Bravo. Very creative sentence. You will hurt yourself. That alligator will eat the meat I threw. Good. Write in a sentence using an adjective. She is wearing a sleeveless shirt today. Not just shirt, but a sleeveless. These skinny creatures will lose. Skinny creature, not just skinny, not just creatures. Okay, write a sentence using if it was a preposition. Or I'm sorry, if it was with a preposition. So here's an example. If someone has a stomach ache, kids should help him or her without any rewards. If my homework wasn't in my backpack, I wouldn't be able to do it, therefore landing me a bad grade. If someone falls down, we should help them get up. Good. Good job. That's great work. Very good. It's going to say we got 0 because they don't grade those free writes like that. But you didn't get 0. You got a good grade on that. Okay. I want you to do this homework, please. Okay, this homework is going to help you to understand what is coming next. Please make a little time in your schedule to do this homework. I'm going to show you what it is once it loads. All right, we just did a bunch of homework stuff together to review. We finished here. I would love for you to please finish the homeworks in unit 4. So that's 1, 2, 3. Where'd it go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 homeworks. They're only 5 and 10 points each. And you don't need to do the essay writing. It's just vocab and some matching. So total, this would probably take you 20 minutes. Yes, Luke? I can't hear you, sweetheart.
Would you make all the homework blue? I need to write it.
Okay, I can type it for you in the chat if you want. You want me to write it in the chat for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll write it in the chat for everybody so you guys can see. While I'm doing that, does anybody have any questions on anything we talked about? Everybody feeling comfortable with what we worked on? No, okay. So next class, please do this homework. Have it done so that we can talk about it and move into the next section. Okay? That would make my life and your life easier. I just typed it into the chat box. It's unit 4, in the homework section, finishing the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it starts with bellying the cat and it goes down to the end of that section. Does everybody see that? Okay, if you're good and you know what to do, you can sign off and I'll see you next class. If you're still writing, go ahead and write it down and then you can sign off.
Bye.
Bye. How you got what you need, Sudie? Okay, bye, honey.